Hey folks, here is another one of my realtor in the car or thoughts on real estate while driving to showings. So one of the things that happened this week is that I have some new out-of-state clients who are moving to Arkansas, and we were just talking about what it means to buy land and acreage and live in rural Arkansas when you're from some other place. And I always do my very best to tell people all of the good and bad because it's a big decision to move to a state that you've never been to. And I think sometimes people imagine the problems somewhere else are not as bad as the problems that they've got in their own place. And so I want to make sure they're not replacing one kind of problem for another kind that they don't want. So there's many really great reasons to move to rural Arkansas, and the biggest one is it's very affordable and the quality of life is very good, and that's one of the reasons we moved here. If you would have a couple horses or just want a space to live and homestead or just be away from other people, be away from crowding, live near a small town where people know who you are, Arkansas is great for that. There's a ton of beautiful properties with amazing views and everything that would make people just kind of amazed at what you can get for your money. But here's a short and quick list of some of the things that are bad. So we have ticks and we have chiggers, and not just a couple of ticks, like so many ticks, mind-blowing numbers of ticks. And there are days where we have been covered in them. There are certainly things you can do to protect yourself and protect your animals, but they're definitely a part of living here. There's also chiggers. If you're coming from the north, look those up. Those are crazy little bugs that bite you and aren't enjoyable. We do get tornadoes and heavy windstorms and other crazy storms. Very random, and you're never sure where they're going to be, but if you're afraid of storms, they definitely are part of living here. We have poisonous snakes and poisonous spiders. So if you're from a place that has none of those, we've got them here. I rarely see them, but they exist. And I am sure there's many horror stories of people being bitten and having horrible lesions and sores or infections based on those. We have very lax regulations, environmental regulations. So there's areas of Arkansas that have chemical dumps. There's sections that have poor water because of a lack of regulation on fracking. We have just people leave garbage. Like, it's one of those places where people do a lot of dumping of garbage. I know there's places where they don't do that, but Arkansas is one of the ones where you can find piles of trash in the corner of your property. What else is bad? We have really hot, humid, muggy summers. It's really hard on the horses and on us. You can't garden in the middle of the afternoon on a hot summer day. Those are the big ones. I guess there are a lot to do with being outside and maybe things people take for granted when they or don't even think about when they're from somewhere else. There's plenty of good things. There's really good people here and a ton of opportunity to live a good life, a good retirement, and so on. If you have other questions or comments or thoughts about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Arkansas, feel free to leave them. Bye.